Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Wellness Wednesday. My name is Alejandra. I am the Artistic Director for Innersense Organic Beauty. And today I am joined by the lovely Britteny Davidson, salon owner, mother extraordinaire, just amazing woman all around whose approach to beauty is very unique. We wanted to share her story today. Welcome so much, Britteny.
Thanks for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you so much. So I see you're rocking our Clean Beauty Goddess shirt. Amazing. I love it. That's so amazing. You've been using Innersense for a little while now, right?
Yes, I first came across Innersense when I was attending a curl synopsis through Curly Hair Artistry. And my story is unique because the first time I used Innersense was the first time I met Greg. So that was really cool to hear it right from the person who created it, how to use it, how not to use it. I didn't bring it in immediately. I just didn't have the means to do so at the time, but it was always in the back of my mind that I have this other line because I was exclusive to another line at the time. But it was just extraordinary to use it for the first time with Greg, and then eventually start carrying it in the salon. So Innersense is an amazing line, and our clients love it, and so do we.
That's amazing. So I know so I've been following you for a little while, and I would say what stands out most to me is, of course, all of the beautiful hair that you're helping people embrace, and that you're helping people, in my opinion, giving them confidence to wear their hair exactly as it grows from their head. And that's incredible because it's just so necessary. And your approach to beauty is pretty unique. I mean, you're saying that it starts within. It starts with self-acceptance. And I wrote a couple of things down, but everything starts with self-acceptance. I know that it goes into a few other components and ends with simplicity. And so I would love to hear more about that.
Yeah, just to piggyback off what you're saying, it's so rewarding to show people their true hair. It's so rewarding to not have to manipulate it or straighten it or do all these things to get this look that eventually fades. What's rewarding to me is showing people what their actual hair does, how it moves, how it operates, how it lives. So that has been so rewarding to move into just curly hair for the last 6 years. And I've actually had clients since I was like 12 years old, and I graduated cosmetology school about 13, 14 years ago. So to have this focus has been like, I've seen people cry in my chair to see their natural hair. And especially coming from the Black community, it's like, we have been taught your hair is this, your hair is unkept, your hair needs a relaxer, your hair needs this, your hair is not acceptable the way that it is. And that comes from generations down. So to now be here in 2021, and I have small children coming in that embrace their hair as it is extremely rewarding. And we are just we're like pioneers. I call our people, our staff, we're like pioneers. We're teaching people to love themselves. And sometimes that's kind of hard because people, even though they're coming in to learn what their natural hair is, they have these unrealistic expectations of what their hair is, what their curl pattern is. Maybe they didn't want the tight curls. Maybe they wanted the looser curl. So that kind of comes along with it. And, we're pretty frank in the salon, like, this is your hair. That's right. And we're here to help you embrace it. And we want to be a part of your journey in that. So I can't even really describe in words. And then to top it off, for it to be successful in that is just tops the blessings. So it's really, really cool to be in the salon, seeing everybody coming in and out, embracing their own hair.
I love that so much. And I agree with you. There's so much to, the beauty narratives that we have, you know, told ourselves either through our own, what we have seen around us or what we have been told or where we have been put. So, you know, to be able to help people unfold, you know, and just open up to all of those narratives that they have been playing in their head or that they have heard about their hair, and to be able to create a space where you're you're changing those narratives in that moment. So within an hour appointment, an hour and a half, you went from having one thought process to all of a sudden realizing who you have always wanted, that you were always there. Like it's, I love that too. And I love that you are sharing so much of that on Instagram and with your stylist and with your clients and your community. And I just love it. Thank you so much for everything that you're doing.
Of course, it's hard. I'm happy to be a part of it. And yeah, the conversation does get pretty deep sometimes.
Yeah.
It does, but you know, we just operate in honesty and it makes life easier that way.
Yeah. Do you feel like being that, I mean, how does clean beauty play into this? Because I know that you know, moved in that direction for a number of reasons, but how have you been able to stay so true and so committed to these standards now, to your new standards?
Who would have, it's kind of surreal. Who would have thought the cleaner the product, the better it works on your hair? It took me a long time to get to that, maybe because I never had heard of what clean products mean. You know, It wasn't until I dived into the curly world itself to understand, okay, these drugstore products that have been in front of my face for 20 something years are not what's best for my hair. It's not what's best for my skin. It's not what's best for my being in general. So to operate in that switch was pretty cool for me to witness. I remember me starting to use cleaner products myself, and people would stop me who've known me a long time, and they're like, well, what are you doing with your hair? Did you twist it? Did you manipulate it? Did you do this? Did you do that? And I'm like, no, I just switched products. So that in itself was mind blowing. I mean, it blew my world. It blew my world, especially coming from wearing my hair straight majority of my life. So to then embrace my own natural hair, embrace my own beauty, it just made it easier for me to connect with other people on that level. But for me, it has changed the game as far as like, who knew that? It makes sense now, but back then it was like, okay, the less ingredients, the better. The more you understand what's in it, the better. And not only that, I see even my staff who will use the product, and one stylist in particular, Deja, she went and got a facial, and the esthetician said, you know, I'm used to hairdressers coming in and their skin looking bad. What is it? Why don't you think your skin looks bad? And she's like, I think it's because I use Innersense and there aren't harsh chemicals in it. So to even have other people be like, well, why is your skin like this? But everybody else in the industry who I do, their skin's like this. And to circle it back, like, okay, that's another confirmation why it's just great for everything.
I couldn't agree. And I feel like it is this full circle, because when you have an awareness about what these plant-based ingredients are doing to your hair, I feel like it translates into all other areas of your life. So if you weren't so in tune with what you're eating or what you're putting inside of your body, that starts to change a little bit. If you weren't that in tune with what you're putting on your face, that starts to change a little bit. And it sort of just starts to naturally and almost holistically kind of move you in that direction. And while it may seem like it's more expensive to move in that direction, you're actually using less things because you're not, so in a way it's saving you some money, because you're not putting on 12 things on your skincare. You understand, okay, our skin needs some aloe, it needs some rose water. You know, you go back to these basic sort of ingredients that come from nature, and it's just kind of easy. There's an
ripple
ease.
effect. It's a ripple effect. I love it.
I love it. And you're a mama of how many?
Just one. Woo.
Okay. Okay. And how old is your little one?
My daughter is 3. My daughter is
Oh,
3. Yeah.
that's beautiful.
And that's
I love that
another,
age.
another, you know, I won't, for lack of a better word, selling point for us is, you know, this is clean for your kids.
Yeah.
You know, we think about Johnson and Johnson and other brands out there that promote, you know, this specific baby shampoo for babies, and I never used it. I always use Innersense ever since Kimora was born. I've always used that on her hair, so I knew it was clean enough. I'm sure, and I never did the research, but I'm sure it's even cleaner than these other brands that promote that they're specifically for children.
Right.
And I it's like, what makes it specific for children, you know? But I knew that I could use Innersense on my daughter since she was little. So I'm grateful for even that aspect, that we can say, hey, with confidence, you can use this not only on yourself, but on your children and feel safe using it.
Mm-hmm. I use it on my children as well. Obviously, you know, we have the liters. Sometimes we have the gallons in our shower too, because I have 3 kids, and my kids are 12 and 10 and 10. I have twins, and they've been using it their whole life. And their hair is also effortless. You know, when you teach them that this is how you hydrate, this is how you detangle, then you let it exist on its own, and they're perfect. And that's, you know, so much of what we want to do for our children is what we can do for adults. And I think that's where we're kind of, when we're guided by what we're doing for our children or what we wouldn't do to our children, it sort of can help guide us to what we should or shouldn't do even for adults. You know, I find that that's a fun little thing. But oh my gosh, I want to talk to you so much more. There's so much that I want to get into. I really appreciate you taking the time to share with us your approach. Will you tell everybody how we can stay connected with you? Because I know that your salon, you guys do tutorials and you guys are showing exactly how to use Innersense, and you're also, you know, you're just sharing so much information that is so needed right now. Would you remind us or just tell us how to stay connected?
Absolutely. So definitely have to shout out everyone at our salon, KurlyKoils, here in Indianapolis, Indiana. You can follow our Instagram at KurlyKoils. That's KurlyKoils 317. Everyone who is a stylist at the salon, actually, I put our personal Instagrams in the bio on KurlyKoils. So definitely take a peek at Alea's, Kiana's, Deja, and myself's Instagram, so that you're able to see how we use Innersense on different textures. And you know, everybody does different things, but we all believe in we all have the same mantras. So to see different perspectives is really, really awesome. But that's how, check us out, just at KurlyKoils 317 on Instagram, and you can kind of go down the rabbit hole and find other information to it as well on there.
Thank you so much. And we'll be sure to tag you and to make sure that we share your information too on our episode. So well, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you so much for sharing time with us, and hope to connect soon in person.
Yep, it was my pleasure. I hope the same too.
Thanks. Okay. Bye, everyone.